My name is Richard Vigil. I grew up in Los Alamos, New Mexico. I was there. I was born in '70. I was there through the '80s. I have been in Albuquerque now for 30 years or so. Um, I I have been a gardener, master gardener, and I've just gotten the job title of curator for the city of Albuquerque at the New Mexico Biopark. First off, I supervise my master gardeners and my gardeners. I provide any kind of what should I say, tools, uh, equipment, whatever they may need. I also oversee a lot of jobs. Being here, I design a lot of irrigation systems, gardens. I do it all here. Whatever needs to be done. What's really kind of nice about this place is that being a curator now, I am in all aspects of all of these jobs now. So pruning is a very, very big issue because it really does. You want to keep a certain shape with your plants. You don't want them getting scraggly or overgrown or not grow enough. Because pruning really does enhance thickness and growth. Uh, there's just so many aspects to it. I mean, all the way down to your watering techniques. If I were to give a biggest advice as far as gardening is concerned, is to learn the mechanics. And one of the most important mechanics is irrigation, hands down. I was able to learn that doing my own thing at one point before I started here, and it is a very, very important aspect of gardens, especially in the Southwest where it's dry. Well, I got into gardening when I was real small. I mean, my dad would bring home the plants in the spring. We had a short growing season, so he really got me interested in not only planting and teaching me how to grow, but also maintaining. So he was very good about that. He inspired me a lot with as far as that goes. Going into my young adulthood, I just graduated uh, from high school and I got into the engineering field. So I was stuck, well, not stuck. I mean, it was a good job. It's a great job, okay, but it was very hard for me to be behind a computer for 40 hours a week and then some, doing overtime, doing all kinds of stuff. I did that for 14 years and it was enough. And but I always had beautiful gardens and always in my house and everything. Uh, so I decided to, when I had my kids, I decided to back out of that because it was really draining me being behind a computer. It's really not natural, but anyway, uh, I started my own landscaping business, and I was doing by word of mouth, just doing residential landscaping, and I did that for about 4 years. Um, and then I saw this job opportunity here at the biopark 14 years ago, and I took interest. I applied, and I was lucky enough to get the job. I was pretty fortunate in getting the job here. I was hired 14 years ago when they had just opened the Japanese garden here. So I was lucky enough to have my one of my mentors, Teru Tanaka, who is a landscape architect trained in Japan. He is currently lives in Oregon, but he comes here and he trains me in Eastern Gardens. So uh, I kind of hit a lottery as far as being interested in gardening. So I know a lot about Western. I grew up with Western gardening, but now I've learned all of the pruning techniques, all the way down to tying knots in bamboo fences as far as Japanese style. So that's been really a big issue. I do a lot of pruning, you name it, all the way down to raking leaves. There's not one job that's more important than another in the garden. It all needs to get done. So I was pretty lucky growing up where I did. Los Alamos is a very educated oriented town. I mean, uh, a lot of attention in that little town goes towards education. So I was fortunate enough to have drafting courses throughout my high school career. So that helped me get into that field. Really, really for 14 years of my life, that paid off. Another thing I was lucky enough to do is auto mechanics. I did all those kind of things, but the best class I ever took was building trades. And that was a class that we actually built. The first year I was in it, I did 2 years. First year I did it, we made a $280,000 home, hands on. And then the next year it was a $310,000 home. They're still standing. So I think we did a pretty good job, but that was invaluable. I mean, I learned how to clear a field, to dig a trench, to frame, to making a whole house. We inserted windows, we put the roof on, we put you name it, we did the whole thing. So that was very educational, and I used that. That class was priceless. There's something that I've always lived by, and this was something that my dad raised me with. And he always said, never cheat, never steal, always earn what you do it right, and take pride in what you do. Because you get one chance at this thing called life.